Hi guys, it's Ellen, and today I have this super bright scrapbooking page to share with you. So I wanted to make my own embellishments for this page. I quite often prefer to make my own, and I had a colouring book from Wilko's. It was really cheap, and I wanted to use the flowers as my embellishments. The paper that they were on were really thin, and I knew I wanted to watercolour over the top of them, so I decided to stick them onto some card first just to make them a little bit stronger. So while I was waiting for that glue to dry, I started working on my background. This is just some A4 yellow card, and I wanted to do some mixed media. So I've taken some white gesso and just put some in the middle, and I just used my finger to blend out the edges, and then I'm going to do the packaging technique over the top with oranges, pinks and yellows. I wanted something really bright today, as you saw in the photo. So I'm just painting watercolour onto a piece of packaging and then adding some extra water, and then you just sort of smush it into the page and it creates a really pretty background. I tend to do a couple of layers over the top so that the colours are a bit more vibrant. So I'm almost done with my background. I just added some splashes of the same colours that I'd already used, and I put that aside to dry, and now it's time to start painting my embellishments. This sunflower I wanted to go behind my photo in the middle of the page, so I'm just using yellows, browns, normal sunflower colours to colour that in, and I did the same technique with the other flowers, but I didn't film all of that because it's pretty simple, there's nothing too difficult here. And once all of that is dry, I have fussy cut them all out. Once everything was dry, I'm ready to start adding them to my page. And when I laid the sunflower in the middle of the page, I thought the colours, where I used the same colours, I thought it kind of got a little bit lost. So I wanted to just mute down the colours in the middle, just so the sunflower stood out a bit more. So to do that, I've just taken some white gesso and put it in the middle of the page, and then I've gone around with my finger and smudged it out, and I think it looks really pretty. I then added the sunflower with some foam squares to prop that up, and I really like the effect of this. So now it's time to start adding some bits and pieces to my photos. So I started off with some tissue paper. I'm using silver because I couldn't find my white. And I added a few different scraps behind the photo. I didn't want to mat it on too many different things because I don't want to cover up all that work I did on the sunflower. So I just took a couple of pieces from my scrap drawer that weren't too vibrant or colourful, just sort of muted colours, and added them just around the edges of my photos. I wanted to add some green to my page because obviously there's the grass in the photo, and I have these leaves from the works. I got these quite a while ago and they're sort of fabric-y and they were the perfect colour, so I'm adding them to behind my photo and in the corner of my page. I tried to add these with glue but it didn't work. In the end I just went and stapled them on the page. I quite like the look of staples on a page anyway. So once my leaves are on, I decided to start adding the roses that I coloured in earlier from the same colouring book as the sunflower. but some of the lines in the roses got a little bit lost when I added the watercolour, so I'm just using some fine liners to go over the top of them, which wasn't easy. My pens kept running out, so it took a little while, but it just adds some dimension back into the roses. Once I'd stuck down all the flowers, I decided to start working on my title. I don't have many alphabet stickers or things like that, so I tend to just make my own titles. To make it a bit different, I decided to make it into a sort of tag. I love tags on pages, you will have seen many of them. And to add another bit of interest, I cut the same shape out of a pattern paper and stuck that behind it, and then just punching a hole through it and adding a hole protector thingy and a bit of ribbon just to again add some more texture, and I stuck that onto the page using foam squares. Once I stuck down my title, I added some more flowers behind it, and then I decided I wanted still a bit more green to the page, so I thought I would add some thread. I've seen so many people do this, and when I used to watch them I thought it was a rather odd thing to do, but once I've started adding it to my pages, I absolutely love it, and I don't really like a page without it now. So I'm just adding the final embellishments to my page. I have this little piece that says good vibes, and then I added just a line of journaling down the bottom, and I added some tiny word stickers that I made myself, and that is the page finished. Just to let you know, I am on holiday next week, so I won't be uploading again until the Friday after next. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much for being here.